programmed an EZ-Track. I think I'm going to try to run this in a couple different videos, but we're going to see how this turns out. I walked away from the EZ-Track for a little bit to grab the vice stop, to grab parallels, put my part in, and then this little screensaver came on. To get rid of the screensaver, you simply just hit a button, and then it is back to where you were before. So we are back to our main menu, and right now we need to get in and get started for a program. And here basically you start a new program via MDI. MDI usually stands for manual data input, and then utilities helps us pick up our programs. Edit can edit an existing program. Do event, if we had a single event to do, we could do event, and that just pretty much pops up exactly what we're going to program. You can drill a roll, you can face off your part, you can position drill a box, so you can set up a box, drill a bolt circle, you can mill a circle, mill a arc, mill a line. So these are all examples of what we're going to be using to program. MDI is simply just starting a new program. Utilities, so number 9, if we come over here, hit number 9, it's just going into the files that we had before. If you notice, there's a bunch of numbers in here, there's a bunch of files. These are old programs from old students. So what will happen here is that I will delete these programs to start basically a new one. And it says we can get different files. We could get a different file from a C. We could actually bring in a DXF file. Unfortunately, I am not going to instruct you to do that. We're going to just program here at the machine. DXF files are great for when you have other like tracks to run. So like if you have odd shapes or something to run, you'll want a DXF file. But we are simply programming holes and chamfers, so they're all straight lines, so we don't have anything funky going on. So yeah, I'm just going to come in here and I'm just going to delete the programs. It says delete, select, yes, and then it deleted our program. So I can just go through and select all these programs and delete them out. I prefer you to delete your programs when you are done. So that means that pretty much everybody has the opportunity then to come in and make their own programs. So they just get used to to get used to programming with this type of function. This is pretty common in tool rooms. So in the tool rooms that I worked in, we had other EZ-Tracks. There are brand names that are different than this. So EZ-Track is a brand name by Bridgeport. So they are like these have Accurite slides. So Accurite actually does their own system as well, and so I was able to use that at one of the companies I worked at. They function very similarly. So yeah, so once you learn how to kind of work with one, you can kind of work with all of them. So it's not a big step from one to the next. They have functions, they have buttons, they're similar. Now I'm sure it's all touchscreen. This is an old screen we're working with an old keypad, if you can tell. So yeah, and they're sold, serviced by Machine Tool Supply that actually doesn't even exist anymore. So yeah, so they were kind of bought out by a different company. But that being said, we're gonna jump into the programming. I have my print here, so I have my 1, 2, 3 block print. We are going to be able to take our numbers, look at our locations. If you notice that all of our distances for our first side here, I'm going to program kind of the top view. So if you notice, I have the top view set up, ready to go. I'm going to program that view. You know, we're coming down from our solid jaw. That's how this is laid out. And then it comes from the right side of the part. I believe if I do the math, it's symmetrical. So I can program from the left side because that's where I have my stop at. So I have my stop at the left side here. So I'm going to program from this corner here. So I'm essentially programming from this corner. So I'll do my math. I'll make sure that it is symmetrical so that I'm not offset in any odd direction. If I'm not symmetrical, then I'm gonna actually do my numbers from left side, and then I'll have to move my stop and re-pick up my part, which is good because I haven't really done that yet. So I can program this even without doing that. Maybe that's what I'll do. So now that I'm rambling and this video is getting a little longer, we're gonna get back into the MDI. I'm gonna stop rambling. I'm actually gonna move the stop, and then we'll proceed with programming.